Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here at lanksports.com for what unbelievably is the Week 10 edition of the High School Football Preview Show. Jeff, it seems like just 2 weeks ago or so we were going over our football tab at the beginning of the year and doing the season previews. Now here we are in the final week of the regular season. But there are a lot of good games on the docket this week, so let's have a look at them.
Let's get to it.
Okay, Jeff, in Section 3, we'll start off with Annville-Cleona. They're taking on Lampeter-Strasburg in Lampeter. Little Dutchmen 5-4 just got shellacked by Lancaster Catholic last week to fall to 3-2 in Section 3. Lampeter-Strasburg 4-2 in the section, 4-5 overall after what is, by any description, a horrifyingly bad start for the Pioneers. They're trying to get to a 500 record here. What do you think?
I think, believe it or not, if LS wins and they get some help, they're going to districts. I mean, it's a crazy, wacky list this long, but if it happens, they'd have a shot.
Yeah.
Hard to believe these guys are 1-5. So a nice rally from that. They've really come back, got serious, got focused, got some people healthy, and I know they still have some injuries, but I like the way LS has been going. They're on a good win streak. They're playing well. Annville, like you mentioned, shellacked. Catholic put a number on them, 55-13. So they're sort of...
You could say Polax, too, if you like.
Polax, yeah, that's a good word.
They got stomped.
Yeah. And Annville, that knocked them out of districts. They have no chance to get in. They can't even get to the 8th seed. So that's a bummer. That's a bummer. So, yeah, I'll take LS. I think they get there. I think they'll get to 500, which is a good goal. And to get back to that is awesome. And they'll keep a look at the scoreboard late Friday and see if they have a shot.
Yeah, I like the Pioneers here as well. I think, as you mentioned, I think it's a pride thing for them to get back to 500 after how badly they started out. They're the defending District 3 champs. I know they wanted things to go a little bit better for them this year. I think even if they win, it would be borderline miraculous for them to get in at this point. It could happen, as you said, but a lot of things would have to go right. It's a lot to count on for them.
Sure.
But the possibility's there. If they lose, it's impossible. So they need a win here.
Surely. And win or lose, Annville, great season for those guys.
Yeah,
seriously.
Absolutely.
I mean, even a loss is 500. Great season for Annville.
Yeah.
Seriously, even though they're not going to get in and have a week 11, they were really good this year.
Yeah.
Really good. Nice to see.
Having said all that, I'm going Pioneers.
I'll take Pioneers.
So, next in the docket, we have Lancaster Catholic going up to Elko. Catholic 8-1. They've won 8 straight. 6-0 in the section. They clinched at least a share of the title last week. They can clinch it outright if they knock off the Raiders, who are looking to earn a share of it themselves. Elko is 5-1 in section play. They pull off an upset here. They can stand right with Catholic on top of the section. So a lot riding on this one.
A lot riding on this one, and I'm looking forward to my trip to Myerstown, by the way. I'll be going up there to blog live, so tune in Friday if you can't make it. Lanksports.com. Second year in a row, Catholic's going to get in a bus in Week 10 and go to Lebanon County, already having clinched a tie for the section. Last year they went to Northern Lebanon in Week 10 and lost and had to share the title. This year they get in a bus, having clinched a tie, and they'll go to Elko and try to win the title outright. Elko's been great. Wow, 5 wins in a row. They're smoking, scoring a ton of points. Aki's been great. 6 touchdown passes the last 2 weeks. Elko leads the league in takeaways. They have 26 takeaways, which is great. Second in the league in turnover ratio. Catholic wants the title themselves, and every time that they've had a game like this year, a circle game or a must-win kind of a game, Central on the road, bang. Northern Lebanon in a circle game, 66-0. Annville-Cleona in a first-place game, 55-12.
Yeah.
Catholic has answered the bell every game this year. When they've had to go out and have a big night, they've gotten it. So I like the way Catholic's focused. I like the way their offense is going. Kyle Smith is unbelievably crazy. 16 touchdowns and no picks since week 4. Top-ranked quarterback in the league, only 3 picks all year. Amazing. Catholic wins. I think they're focused. I think Elko gives them a game. Could be a close game at the half. Catholic's a terrific second-half team. Really good adjustments. I'll take Crusaders to go 7-0 and win the crown.
Yeah, I blogged live from the Catholic Annville-Cleona game last week. That was 14-13 at the half.
Yeah, it was.
So they go into the locker room. Bruce Harbaugh peels some paint off the wall with his halftime speech because I'm sure it was great. And they come out in the second half and just overwhelm Little Dutchman. Kyle Smith, 6 touchdown tosses last week. That's a school record. 4 of them went to Travis Janikowski. They're really impressive. That was the first I'd seen them since the Week 3 game at Central. I couldn't believe how much they improved. They're going to roll into districts here on a high note. If they win, they will probably get the top seed, depending on how the math works out. So they're looking for the top seed and home field throughout, and I think they get it. Lancaster Catholic all the way.
Catholic in 3 words: too many weapons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Coming up next, we have Pequea Valley, still looking for that first win of the season. They're going to try to get it in Fredericksburg at Northern Lebanon. The Vikings are 6-3 overall and 3-3 in the section.
And safe for districts. Northern Lebanon should go for the second year in a row. Hats off to those guys. Sean Persh, Pequea Valley, broke the record last week. He's now the LL League's all-time receiving yardage leader. Good for him.
Having said
that, yeah, Northern Lebanon will get back on track here. They've hit a little rough patch. They've had a couple goofy weeks out here, but I think they'll get their momentum back here. Pound it on the veer and get healthy, get a win, go into districts. Feeling pretty good, so we'll go Vikes here.
Yeah, I'm going Vikes as well. Sorry to Pequea Valley for another long season, but it's over now. They had high hopes coming in. It never really materialized for them. It's too bad, but I think Northern Lebanon wins this.
That happens when you have 18 kids playing varsity. That's kind of tough.
That'll do it.
Yeah, it's kind of tough.
Speaking of teams with small rosters, our final game on the Section 3 docket, Columbia, a long season for the Crimson Tide, 2-7 overall, 1-5 in the section, picked up their first section win last week against Pequea Valley. Yeah. They're going to Donegal, another 2-7, 1-5 team.
Good backyard rivalry game. Mm-hmm. Throw out the records. Both coaches said that this week. Coach Schoaf and Coach Groff. Throw out the records. It's Columbia, it's Donegal, it's backyard.
I'm sure they'd like to throw out those records.
I'm sure they would love to throw out the records. But Columbia's going. They're going to have a week 11, and they're going to get Steel High next week.
Yeah, good for them.
Talk about next week. But I'm going to go Donegal here. I like the rushing attack. Pequea and Whitmer both had really good years. Whitmer's up over 1,000. They're at home. Columbia's having a devil of a time stopping the run, and that's Donegal's bread and butter, last time I checked. So I'll go Indians to finish strong. They were my sleeper team back in August, don't forget.
And they slept.
And they slept on me. Guys, come on now. But no, I think they'll finish strong. They'll get a W. But the Tide knows going in, they get a game next week either way. So we'll go Donegal on this one to finish strong, and then Tide will be back at it next week.
I'm actually going to pick Columbia on this one just because, I think though both teams have struggled, Columbia, their offense is still pretty good. Mm-hmm. I think they'll be able to do some things against Donegal. Like you said, it's a rivalry game. Nobody does rivalries quite like Columbia. They seem to have quite a few rivals around the league. They'll be up for this one. I think Columbia wins.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, Friday nights at lanksports.com is the place to be for live blogging from our Spotlight games and updates from the games in progress, all the scores from around the league. And don't forget to check here for the fastest final scores in Lancaster County. We have those posted up by about 10:30, 11 p.m. Also, on first thing Saturday morning, we have our scoreboard with all the game details you could possibly look for. All that in one place, lanksports.com. Thanks again.